Today learning on SailPoint IIQ. Today I learned a bit on Lifecycle Manager, especially if there is a request that you are going to raise. For example, you are raising an access request. Then the next step would go to the approver. And after that, how things proceed. This is all defined in the lifecycle management. In the lifecycle management, there are some business processes. They will define to whom approval will go for which action and how things after the approval will happen. Check this. You can go to Lifecycle Manager. And here the important thing is business processes. See, if you see request access, if someone is requesting the access, the business process that kicks in is LCM provisioning. Like that, if you manage accounts, if you do a manage accounts action also, it will take LCM processing business process. Like that, there are some other actions. There are different business process. Here for manage passwords, there is a different LCM manage passwords business process. These are pre-configured, but if you have more, you can create those processes, business processes, and you can add. Now let's look at request access. For the request access, LCM processing is there. Let's go and check what exactly the business process, what inside the business LCM provisioning. For this, you need to go to setup and business processes. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me keep business processes and lifecycle manager side by side. Then we can quickly refer both. Now I have kept business processes editor and the lifecycle manager side by side. So then we can quickly refer for which action, which business process is configured and what exactly inside that business process. Okay. So first, request access. If you are requesting access to yourself or to your subordinate, what exactly will happen in the business process? So let me go and see this LCM provisioning, what is there inside. Okay, so where are we? I'm trying to see LCM processing business process. Okay, here I'm scrolling down. Oh, sorry, it's here. So LCM processing. This is a name and this is a type, which just says what kind of type is this. So this is LCM processing, but there are different types which can be configured, but this is pre-configured. I'm not touching much. Okay, but the important thing, what is important is the approver. So for this LCM processing, who is the approver? Owner is the approver. Owner in the sense, owner of the application is the approver. In some business processes, you see apart from owner, you see manager also. In some cases, it is required to be approved by owner and manager as well. In those cases, both owner and manager are mentioned. But here, it's just a owner of the application. So how owner of the application, how do we see, or how do we know that who is the owner of application, or when that owner of application is set? Again, let's go here and check any of the owner of the application. Let's open this application. So here you see that owner is the administrator. Usually in real world cases, whoever is the owner of application, let's say Alexander. Okay, so if Alexander is the owner of the application, and if someone is requesting access to HR app, then the approval request will go to that Alexander. Okay, that's what it mentions. Fine. Okay, so now then there is a email template. This is again predefined. If you want, you can change, you can, but this is predefined, don't do it. But in some cases, if you have to change, there is option. And then another one is who should be notified. Who should be notified on this process? User will be notified, and requester is also notified. Here you may be little confused. User and requester, why two are mentioned? Sometimes, let's say your manager is there. Your manager is requesting access to you. So here manager becomes a requester. In that cases, manager also gets a notification and the user also gets a notification. This is user email template. This is manager requester email template. There will be little difference on how things are written there. So this is basically I learned today. Then let's do a demo. What we will do. What I'll do, I'll change the owner for one of the applications and see if someone raises a request. We can see that flow. Okay, so I'm changing the owner for timesheet. When I configured it, I by default kept administrator. But what I'll do, this is timesheet application. What I'll do, I will give us some other user account name Anusha D. She is HR manager. So I'm making her the approver. Okay, now so now let's say I'm taking this guy. This guy will request access to the timesheet application, and we'll see how the approval process works. So I will log in with this guy. I'll copy the username. I'll log in with this guy. Log out. I have to logged in with Lakshman M. So now what does he has? He has manage access, manage my access. Okay, so here search for access. I will search for timesheet. Okay, so he would request for a timesheet submit access. Okay, he's requesting for timesheet submit access. Next. Okay, so I get form submitted successfully. let's see whether approval goes to the manager. First, let's track our request and see. Okay, so I have submitted timesheet app. It is waiting on Anisha Dana, who is our manager, who is the HR manager. Okay, now let's log in. I will log in with the Anisha Dana and see if she gets that approval request. Anisha D. Okay, now see, you have got that approval. And see, you have the request. You can approve or deny. Approve. Yeah, here you have approve. If you have multiple requests, you can say approval. One request, you can say approve. Okay, done. Done. So this is how things will work. This access request process will work. Now again, go back and see how it shows for now. Track his request. It is provisioning. Status is provisioning. After some time, it will be kind of provision. Earlier it was showing waiting for HR. So this is my learning today.